thing you have to be careful about when hiking or snowshoeing up high in the mountains is tree wells. So all of those trees, right around them, the leaves, the way that the leaves are, they block the snow from packing really hard around the base of the tree. So you get what's called a tree well, and it's basically a hole in the ground that might be covered with snow on top, so you can't necessarily see that there's nothing underneath, and it's just air pockets underneath, because those branches on those evergreen trees prevent the snow from packing really deep around the base of the tree. So if you get too close, you will sink, and depending on how deep you sink, you could get stuck, or you could go all the way down over your head and suffocate. It will kill you if that's the case. So you have to be super careful. Even if you don't sink all the way down, you can get stuck to the point that you have to have a shovel to dig out, and that's not any fun. So if you're going to be around trees like that really close, you want to make sure that you have a shovel with you, or are with somebody that does. So like I said, if you just go in knee or waist deep, you can dig yourself out if you have that shovel. If you don't, it's not a good scenario. But if you go deeper than that, you could easily get buried and suffocate. So keep that in mind. Be careful when you're around trees, when you're snowshoeing or hiking. This is a perfect example of a tree well. So notice how, out here the snow is packed, but when you get up here, you've got this sinking hole. Now the only reason you can see the hole right now is because the snow has melted a lot in the last couple days and is continuing to do so. So as it melts, they become more visible. They also become bigger because the snow around the perimeter of it melts too. So you have to be super careful. But in the middle of the season, you can't see that. So it'll look like the snow goes all the way up, stays even with the rest of this all the way up to the base of the tree. But if you step in that, it might look covered, but it's not, and you're going to sink. And that's not the bottom of it. That's just what you can see so far from the melting that's occurred up to this point. But there's a long way to go. It's nothing to be up to at least your waist, or in some places head high. And you get lucky if you'll stop around your waist, but the more you move and try to dig out of there, the worse you get stuck, because your body heat will melt the snow, but then it refreezes as ice very quickly, and you can't move your foot, you can't move your leg. It becomes a very dangerous situation. So for example, this sticking out right here is a branch from this tree. So that's how far that tree goes out, and there's air pockets in there, that entire area. So you have to be super careful, especially when you can't see it in the middle of the season, when it is pretty snow covered and you can't tell that it's not packed right there. At least now you've got this perimeter, kind of a hole around there that you can see, but you still don't want to go that close. You want to stay back a little bit, because as you can see, it goes out further than what you can see, because this snow is deeper than you can imagine right now. It's if I were to sink in, it would probably go at least chest deep. So just be aware of your surroundings.